Welcome back to Immediate Movie Reactions. I am here at the dog park with my dog, so I apologize if there's some noise, and this is going to be a little bit different. This is not a movie reaction. This is, in fact, the game The First Descendant, which is a Nexon game. It's a Korean game, and for some reason, I was really excited about it. It's something I've been watching in development for a while, and today was the first day of major release. I had it all pre-downloaded and installed, and I was really psyched. And then I started playing it, and it was the most okayest, most generic game that I played in a long time. However, I will have to say that I played probably 2 to 3 hours just running around and doing stuff, and it's been a long time since that game's hooked me quite like that. But the whole time, there were times when I was thinking, am I playing Warframe? Am I playing Destiny? Because this game is about as generic as it comes. The general premise is, you know, standard apocalypse. The world has been invaded by aliens. I don't know if it's like Gears of War and they've come from inside the earth or what. Maybe that's something that will be explained in the story later on. There's a General Karnak, something like that, leader of the bad guys, who might or might not control these giant colossoid things. The Vulgus are the bad guys that you just, you know, indiscriminately mow down. And the way it works is you start out, you have 3 descendants you can pick from. And what it is you have an avatar that is, I guess, like Warframe, where you can equip these other spirits or suits, these descendants, and gain their powers. However, you're also starting out with powers, so you are a descendant, but then you're not, because they kind of say things about, oh, look at these crazy powers, which you get from this random artifact. And I don't understand how a game like Anthem failed, and a game like this could potentially succeed, except maybe it's in the loot mechanic, because Anthem, I did find myself just kind of giving up after a while. Whereas, like I said, in this game, I played it, and then I just kept playing it. It looks great. It doesn't look better than a Destiny 2. It doesn't look better than, say, an Outriders, which a game was full of jank, but it dropped loot, and it was fun, and it was cool. This game doesn't quite have that. Your characters have a set of abilities that they can equip, or they just get. The character I picked, I don't even know what her name is. I don't know that it matters. She can shoot an ice knife, which explodes. She can freeze an area. She can create an ice tempest. So there's some actually kind of cool abilities. There's one, I think his name is Axis, or Axel, something like that, who's the tank. Then there's the damage dealer. I mean, there's standard, typical stereotypes. The NPCs you meet are just kind of generic. Keep using that word generic, right? Because that's all this is. But the combat itself is pretty fluid. It's fun. You get this grappling hook that you can use to traverse the world. I do kind of forget about it from time to time. I don't think it's incredibly fluid as far as jumping up onto a ledge and grappling your way up. Like, there were a couple times where I felt like in any other game I would have made the leap, and I missed it on this one. And I think what's cool is, like, as you go into an area, you can gain materials to unlock new descendants. So as far as a pay to win, it feels like, at least for right now, like I said, I'm only a few hours into a maybe 10, 11 level. It feels like maybe you're going to be able to unlock everything like a Warframe, but then just make it easier to unlock them by throwing in some money, which it's a Korean game. It's, you know, essentially that's what this is. It's a grinding game. But for now, I felt like the level gains were pretty consistent. The loot drops, I think, are maybe, this is going to sound crazy, maybe a little bit too much. I was just dropping things, and as I got into a mission, other people are joining me because I went into a public, and then they're dropping other loot, and I'm picking things up. It did look like there were some things that dropped that I picked up and other people lost access to, or vice versa, which I'm not sure I'm a big fan of. But there's enough stuff that is dropping that I don't think it really matters. And I think the one issue that I have is maybe there's too much that's dropping. because even within the first 3 or 4 levels that I got, my character went from a weapon that was doing, say, 150 damage to a weapon that was doing like 450 damage, which is, within the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, which seems to me that by the time we get to the end game, because there are dungeons and big colossi, these giant creatures, a little Shadow of the Colossus to destroy, I feel like we're going to need to be doing 10s and 20, 30,000 outriders going into millions of damage, right? So I guess we'll see how that goes. But for now, I've got a pretty positive experience, and I'm getting some friends here at the park, so I'm gonna run, but I would say definitely give this a try. It's free, right? Why not? And honestly, it doesn't look like it's really gonna be one that is gonna sucker you in and then say, oh, you need to buy this weapon and that weapon, and there's the dog. So I'm gonna run, and I will see you all after the next movie game. What are we gonna be? All right,